Hare Krishna, Namaste, Chapter 18, Sloka 66, Part 48. Sarva-dharmān parityajya, māṁ ekaṁ śaraṇaṁ vraja, ahaṁ sarva-pāpebhyo, mokṣayiṣyāmi ma śucaḥ. Abandon all varieties of religion, and just surrender unto me. I shall deliver you from all sinful reactions. Do not fear. When one becomes a disciple of a spiritual guru, the two concerns, Jivatma Swatantriya, Ishvara Swatantriya, are addressed. If one does not have a guru, there is no acharya sambandha, but has jnana and bhakti to Krishna, it is like a woman who doesn't have Mangalya Sutra, but has all ornaments. One may ask, is it really necessary to have a guru? Can't we approach God directly? Why can't God help directly? Why we need to have guru in between? Acharyas have given good example. A lotus flower on a pond needs natural heat from the sun rays, which cannot be replaced by any other artificial means. If you try to do something differently, the flower will shrink, dries, and even may get burnt. Say, place a heater or place the flower next to the cooking stove. Though it is heat that gets produced, but the flower will not survive. Yes, the flower needs that heat, but it has to be natural from the sun rays, not from any other artificial means. It will simply kill the flower. We understand the sun nourishes the flower. Now let's remove the lotus flower out of the pond and place it on the surface of the ground. Now what will happen is the same sun which was nourishing the flower when it was in the pond will now dries the flower when it is out of the pond. From this, what we can understand is that it is the sun which must blossom the flower, and it blossoms the flower, nourishes the flower when it is in the pond. These two conditions needs to be satisfied for the nourishment of the flower. The flower has to be in the pond, and it has to be the sun rays which nourishes the flower, which blossoms the flower. And the sun nourishes the flower only when the flower is in the pond, not otherwise. Similarly, for the blossom of jnana, knowledge of Jivatma, depends on the Lord, like the lotus depends on the sun. But the sun only blossoms the flower when it is in connection with the pond. Likewise, for the Lord to blossom our jnana, we need to have the connection, the sambandha with a guru. When we are in the pond, that is under the shelter of Guru, the Lord showers His grace upon us. He blossoms our jnana. If we leave the shelter of Guru, then the same Lord dries us up, like the flower which is pulled out of the pond gets dried. If we are under the shelter of Guru, the Lord blossoms our jnana, bhakti. Otherwise, not. Ishvaropi vikritim yati guruhu prachutasya durbuddhehe jalata bhedam kamalam soshayati ravirna poshayati. Just like the sun which nourishes the lotus will itself scorch the flower when the flower comes out of water. Similarly, for the ones who give up their attachment from their guru, the Lord dries up their jnana and bhakti. Therefore, it is only through acharya abhimana we will be able to attain the mercy of the Lord, to attain His lotus feet. It is said that by the grace of Krishna one gets a guru. By the grace of Guru one gets Krishna. Krishna supports Guru, Guru assists Krishna. They work together to get the Jivatma back to the spiritual world. But between Guru and Krishna, who is considered to be better? Is it Krishna or Guru? Let's see few comparisons here. The first one is the Lord Ishvara is the hetu, cause for two things, bandha and moksha. For the Jivatma's birth into this world, Krishna is the cause. And for the same Jivatma to be liberated, Krishna is the cause. Based on one's karma, He gives us a birth in this samsara. When we surrender unto the Lord, it is the Lord who gives us liberation as well. Therefore, the Lord is cause of both bandha and moksha, birth and liberation. Whereas in the case of Guru, Acharya, he is only cause of moksha. Mokṣayiṣyāmi hetu. Guru is only cause for liberation. Guru never becomes cause of one's birth in this world. He doesn't push anyone to take birth. He does not create the body and give senses and etc. to Jivatma. Those are done only by Krishna. Therefore, Guru only takes responsibility on his disciples' liberation, not his birth. In other words, an Acharya only shows love, whereas the Lord shows love as well as anger. The Lord's creation and liberation is like the person who shows love and also punishes. The Lord shows His affection to us and also shows His anger to us. Anger in the form of getting us created again into this world. Of course, it is based on our karma, but it is all done by the Lord. Whereas in case of Acharya, he never pushes us into this material world. He only works hard to get us out of this material world. Guru doesn't show anger to punish us like that of the Lord. From this we can understand who is better between these two, Krishna or Guru. Krishna focuses on two aspects, bandha and moksha. Guru focuses on only one, which is moksha. Let's see a second reasoning to understand how Gurus are greater compared to the Lord. When we want to get some work to be done, we may need some help from some person. So we go to that great person who can help us and catch hold of his hands and request him to help us. Another approach is to go to that person, instead of catching hold of his hands, catch hold of his feet and beg him to consider as his servant, dasa, and help. In the first case, catching hold of the hand as his friend and seeking help. If that person doesn't want to help, he may pull off his hands from us. Whereas when we hold the feet of that great person, he will not do so. If we go to the Lord directly seeking His help, it is like holding the Lord's hand, which He may even neglect us, our request. Whereas if we fall at the feet of Guru, it is like holding on to the Lord's lotus feet, because the feet of the Lord represents Acharyas. That means Gurus are not different from the lotus feet of the Lord. Holding to the hands of the Lord is approaching Him directly and chances of being accepted is very, very rare. Whereas holding on to a guru is like holding on to the Lord's lotus feet. In this case, the mercy of the Lord is guaranteed. But one may ask a question. In our earlier sessions, when we studied about Śaraṇagati Shastra, we learned that ananyagatitvam, meaning there is no other shelter other than Krishna, is one of the key principles in Śaraṇagati Shastra. One should not worship or fall at anyone's feet other than the Lord Himself, as Lord is the means to attain Him. But then, how can we fall at the feet of a Guru? How can we worship Guru when Guru is not Krishna? If we consider Acharya Abhimana as one of the upaya, means to attain Krishna, that means Krishna is not the upaya, Krishna is not the mean. Someone else is the upaya. As per Śaraṇagati Shastra, one should not accept anything else other than Krishna as the means to attain Krishna Himself. Therefore, one may object, saying this Acharya Abhimana is against the Śaraṇagati Shastra. To address this argument, let's take an example. I have a severe leg pain. My feet hurts. Luckily, my son was around and he came running, seeing I am suffering with pain. He immediately grabbed some ointment and started applying on my feet, and he started doing some massage, which gave me some relief. Next day, in my conversation with my neighbor, I mentioned what happened yesterday, that I had a severe pain and my son came and applied some ointment and he did some massage to my feet, and how that helped me to get some relief from the pain. The neighbor who heard this one was very happy. He genuinely appreciated my son. But in response, I told my neighbor, well, the truth is that my son likes my feet, not me. And the neighbor started laughing at me. If your son likes your feet, that means he likes you, not just the feet. Your feet cannot be separated from you. Your feet is part of you. Therefore, by serving your feet, he served you. By worshipping your feet, he worshipped you, because the feet is not different from you. Then I came to my sense and understood my son really loved me. Similarly, if someone argues saying that Guru's worship is different than Krishna, or taking shelter of Guru is a different means, it is not taking shelter of Krishna, or saying it is against the Śaraṇagati Shastra, is all not correct. When one gets Acharya Abhimana, when one holds to Guru's lotus feet with love and devotion, that means he loves the Lord. He has greater devotion towards the Lord, because Gurus are the lotus feet of the Lord. Hence, this is Śaraṇagati Shastra, not against the Śaraṇagati principle. The first reason we saw why we need Guru is because Gurus are cause for our liberation. Krishna is cause for both birth and liberation. The second reason we saw is Gurus are the feet of the Lord. The Lord's lotus feet are considered to be the greatest shelter for all those who aspire to attain the Lord. We never hear that I surrender to the shoulder of the Lord. I surrender to the lotus eyes of the Lord. It is always the lotus feet to which everyone surrenders. The Gurus are represented as Lord's lotus feet. Therefore, they are great. Let's see the third reason. The Lord descends into this world actually to correct us and bring us into the right path. But seeing no change in us, seeing how stubborn we are, not wanting to change, the Lord Himself appears into this world as Acharya. Because He tried various means, He took various forms, Matsya, Kurma, Varaha, Narasimha, and many. But we were not willing to change. Then He even showed His weapons, Sastras, to correct us. Even then we did not budge. Then the Lord changed His approach and decided to descend as Acharyas. This time not with Sastras but with Sastra. Sastra means weapons, Sastra means scriptures. If He comes with Sastra, we will lose our life. If He comes with Sastra, we will get our life. Therefore, it is said that the Gurus are representatives of Krishna. They must be treated as good as God Himself. Let's see one more reason to find out who is greater. Is it Krishna or Guru? The first reason, when we saw Krishna is cause for birth and liberation. Then the second reason we saw was Acharyas are the lotus feet of the Lord, and the lotus feet are considered to be greater by everyone. And the third reason we saw was it is the Lord Himself who descended as Acharya into this world, not with weapons but with scriptures. Now let's see the fourth reason. Krishna is compared to silver, whereas Guru are compared to gold. Between gold and silver, we know which one has more value. Yes, it is gold which has more value compared to silver. Why Krishna is compared to silver? Because He is cause for both bandham and moksham of Jivatma. Why Guru is considered to be gold? Because he is not cause of bandham, he is cause of moksha of the Jivatma. We consider a person great when he gives solutions to us, not a person who gives problems and also solutions. We are already having enough of problems. All we need is a solution to get out of these problems, and that is done by Guru. In that sense, Gurus are like gold, whereas Krishna is like silver. But now let's see that in a different perspective. Say a man gives charity, gold as charity. Another man gives silver as charity. Among these two, who is considered to be greater? Well, it's an easy answer. The one who gives gold is considered to be greater in giving charity than the one who gave silver. Now let's apply the same over here between Krishna and Guru. We learnt that Krishna is silver, and Guru is like gold. Guru gives us Krishna. That means Guru gives us silver. In other hand, Krishna gave us Guru, which means Krishna gave us gold. Because Gurus are like gold, Krishna is like silver. When Guru gave us Krishna, it's like Guru gave us silver. When Krishna gave us Guru, it's like Krishna gave us gold. If we see in this angle, then we can understand Krishna is greater. Because Guru only gives us Krishna who's like silver, whereas Krishna gave us Guru who's like gold. Therefore, it is Krishna who is greater than Guru. From one perspective, it is Guru who is greater. From a different perspective, it is Krishna who is greater. Therefore, the fact is, both are great. But what we need to understand is taking shelter at the feet of a spiritual Guru, and through his mercy we approach and attain Krishna. In this way, we can destroy our svabhimana, independent nature, the ahankara, mamakara, and also we can address Ishvara Abhimana, the independent nature of the Supreme Lord. What is so special about Guru? Why do we speak so much about Guru? Let's learn that in our next session. Thank you. Hare Krishna.